Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Behind the Lens with Carole and Prash, where we bring you timely and topical insights in a box. So today, two words that I'm sure we've all had to experience at some point in our life. Comfort zones. Comfort zones, my friends. Some people are scared to heck to leave them. Others can't do without them. And then there's everybody else in between. Folks, at some point in our life, whether it's in our career or in our personal lives, we've all had to get to that uncomfortable stage where we know there's a threshold of growth and next level potential, and yet we don't do it sometimes. And for others, we've managed to do it, but we can't scale that next level of height. It's all about the comfort zones, and there's stuff that we're going to dig into because now more than ever, we're being tested during these difficult times, and it is of extreme value to learn how to navigate this. Carole, what do you have for us?
Okay, well, I'm going to give you an example, and the example is me. When COVID-19 actually hit, prior to that time, I'd said to myself, I must get myself, learning Zoom. And people say, you must do Zoom, you must do Zoom. I say, yeah. You know something? In time, I'll do Zoom. Then COVID-19, the pandemic hit, and it's a bit like, Carole, do you know saying, this is your moment. And it's a bit like, no, I don't want to go there, I don't want to. Yeah, of course, I had to go there. So if ever there was an example, hello, it's me, it's an example of a comfort zone, that was exactly me. The thing is with people, all of us, is that we usually like our routines, we like stability, we don't necessarily like things out of the ordinary. And of course, COVID-19 has absolutely made that shit turn itself completely on its head. When maybe we think to ourselves, we get all these inspirational quotes turning up on our desks, and it says, you can do this and you can do that, and you can man of your dreams and make everything, really. So you have all these inspirational things, but you don't think you can grab it. And actually, for a lot of us, it's scary, and it can cause stress, and it can cause anxiety. So if that's how you feel, then it's not unusual. It is normal. It is usual. So therefore, can we come out of our comfort zones? Yes, we can. Are we sometimes dragged screaming out of our comfort zones? I, for one, can say, hello, yes, I was.
Well, that's the fact of the matter, right? I mean, we're all going to have it. Folks, think of a time in your life, whether it's in your career or at home, where you've had that, or maybe one of your family members has had that, and you've had to be there to help them to navigate that transition across that uncomfortable boundary. So I think some tips are in order. Carole, what do you have for us?
Okay, let's look at some tips. Okay, well, first of all, let's look at it possibly as a new chapter. There's something's happened to you, it gets scary, yes, it is scary, but look at it in a positive way as a new chapter. You may want to talk to other people about it and get their take on it as well. So maybe some self-talk about, I can do that, rather than, oh my gosh, do I have to really? And it's possible, I can do it, I really can do it. And some of that self-talk can be really quite helpful. And then sometimes, instead of saying no to everything, no, I can't, think about things like, yes, I can. So it's actually doing something, instead of saying no automatically when somebody asks you to do something a little bit different, say, okay, maybe I can. You may need help, but yes, you possibly can. And take on new things. Instead of automatically thinking, I can't, actually think to yourself, you can. Now, you may need help to do that along the way. You may do. And if there is help that's needed, then just call in the help that you need to actually do that.
Fantastic, Carole. And let me just pick up there on some of the things you touched on. And I want to share a couple of things here. Firstly, we can use technology for all its curses and stumbling blocks. Technology can really help us. There are fantastic habit tracker apps that you can have on your smartphone and your watches. For example, sedentary reminders, little apps that give you the opportunity to program your habits in. And what that means is that you can start to introduce regularity and routine through the form of habits in order to gradually transition and cross that comfort zone, so it's not so much of a shock and you do it gradually. Secondly, use accountability buddies. Find that friend, that family member, those mastermind groups, a Facebook group where you've got people who can be there alongside you as you do that stretch to hold you accountable. Thirdly, strengthen those neural pathways. It's an important factor. In my well-being training, I always talk about this. Use the power of podcasts and consuming good quality content that's going to show you people who've already made it, and watching and seeing that inspiration of others will prime your neural pathways to help you to prime yourself to do it too. And also internally, practice internally. Athletes do it, sports people are doing it all the time. Go and rehearse that thing that you feel uncomfortable through yourself in your mind. Affirmations and visualizations to strengthen the neural connections, and that will help you to act it out in reality even before you've done it. It will make your life easier. And lastly, I'm going to get a bit spiritual for a minute. We've got to learn to surrender, folks, because sometimes, as Carole's example, it's going to be forced upon us. Life will throw these things at us, and we're going to need to rise up and step up to that challenge. Recognizing that sometimes we can't control it all, and embracing surrender with grace is a powerful quality of a conscious leader. Embrace it, and let me leave you with the words of Jim Carrey in the Hollywood movie Yes Man. Great movie to check out, and it will remind you of how to say yes more and more. That's it from me. Carole, last words.
Yes, I think a little exercise, which is actually a very useful one, which is to draw out a circle. Draw a circle on a piece of paper. It's as simple as that. You don't need a special app, Prash. No special app. Nothing to have to learn. This is called paper and pencil, bog standard. I'm sure lots of viewers will be like to hear that. Piece of paper and a pencil. Put inside that what you're comfortable with in doing. And then on the outside of that circle, put all the things that you would like to do, which will take you outside of your comfort zone. And then in between one and the other, work out what is needed for you to go from A to B. It could be your app, but it may not be your app. It may be people. It may be just friends, family. As you say, talk to people, role models around you, whatever it is. But actually, I'm going to say, keep it simple.
I love it. Keeping it simple. And folks, we are here to help you to do just that. So if you care to leave your comments, your experiences, or your challenges, your stretches in the comments, share this with somebody who you know who's going through this right now. Let's spread this dialogue. Let's get this narrative up where it belongs, into people's radars, so they can make that change. And of course, if you want some help, reach out to Carole and I. We'd be more than happy to see if we can work with you or your teams to help you to stretch those comfort zones with grace, with authenticity, and with the results that you truly deserve. That's it from me. Thank you all.
Bye for now.